The MCU has bastardized the Hulk. He went from a savage to whatever the hell this is. But the sad part is, he still might be the strongest live-action Hulk we've ever seen. Most fans would agree, by the way. What if I told you this is false? Not to be a contrarian, but what if I told you that that is a complete lie? There is in fact another Hulk that may not have as many strength feats because he hasn't had as much screen time, and he hasn't had as many fights with other beings, but he may be the most powerful and vicious, scary Hulk we've seen in live action because Ang Lee's Hulk from 2003 holds 3 weapons. Unique weapons that nobody talks about. Nobody ever mentions this when comparing the Hulks in terms of power. But I'm going to. Because yes, the MCU Hulks, both of them, I consider them 2 different Hulks because they're just very different. They are more battle-tested. They fought more beings. One of them's fought the Abomination, who's become a wuss since then, but still, regardless. The Abomination. The other one's fighting Thor, god-level beings, and Fenrir, for God's sakes. While this Hulk's struggling with gamma-irradiated dogs, okay? I get it. They have more feats than this Hulk. They've fought more threats. But Ang Lee's Hulk is way more comic accurate than them. I know a lot of people are about to go crazy on me for saying this. Listen, I need you to hear me out. It's true. Alright? And he's displayed abilities that the Hulk from the comics has that no other Hulk has done in the MCU. There are 3 aspects, like I said, and number 3 is the most important. Whatever you're about to hear from me, do not kill the messenger. I've been sent by the movie gods to do a service for Ang Lee's Hulk, which is underrated as fuck. I'm going to compare them in terms of power in this video. First of all, size. Now, I know, size does not equal power. Size does not mean you're going to win in a fight. I get it. Especially when it comes to the Hulk. But listen to me. This guy is the only one who gets bigger the angrier he gets. Every time he gets hit with bullets or missiles, he grows bigger. Ang Lee showed that to show that he's getting angrier. He can grow... I don't even know who the hell made this size chart, but he can grow like crazy, y'all. He can be like King Kong level size and beyond. That's how strong he is, and I get it. Size isn't always indicative of power. We've seen Hulk go up. We've seen the MCU Hulk go up against bigger threats, but look at this. If they all have the same power, being the angrier they get, the stronger they get, which they all do. Though I'm at that point, if they're all leveled off like that, I'm going to, if they all have the same amount of anger and the same amount of strength as a result, more or less, give or take, I'm going with the bigger one who can grab one of the Hulks with his one hand and start slamming him. I'm going with that Hulk. It's not the same example, but 2 fighters who have equal level of skill. Their bodies are more or less the same. The strength is okay, maybe some differs, but the skill is equal. I'm going with the bigger fighter at that point. I am. Most of the time. Obviously, there's some exceptions and variations that people are going to bring up, but size is very important in fights, y'all. Anyone who's been in a realistic fight knows this. To say that size doesn't matter, people who people say that have never been in a fight in their lives, I'm sorry. Especially against a bigger guy. Especially if they're equal skill. Equal skill, and when everything's equaled, more or less, I'm going with the bigger one. I know a lot of people are about to go crazy on me for saying this, but when this Hulk getting bigger, I'm sorry. That's a plus for it, not a minus. You could say, oh, it's bigger, so it's slower. No, it's not! This dude runs faster than everybody! This creature took on arguably one of the most OP enemies since ever that I've seen in a comic book film. And he displayed one weapon, one specific power from the comic books when doing it, okay? He took on Absorbing Man, okay? Absorbing Man is OP as fuck, if you really think about it. He could absorb the energy of the Infinity Stones if he wanted to. Obviously, he wouldn't become... He'd absorb all the gamma radiation from it at the very least. He's absorbed cosmic level power in the comics. He absorbed Odin's powers. He absorbed the powers of Mjolnir. He's absorbed Uru and all this shit. He can absorb cosmic level powers and be pretty damn powerful. How the fuck do you even win against someone who can become energy? Lightning, water. You can't fight them physically. You need to display other powers, right? The MCU Hulk has not fought someone like this. He's fought physical beings, right? Someone he can have a fist fight with. Good luck fighting water, Hulk. Good luck fighting someone who can turn from a rock to a lightning bolt. That's what this guy does. How would you beat that guy? Well, you need to display other powers, like a gamma burst, which is one of the most comic accurate powers a Hulk has that no one has ever seen in live action except for this. He allowed Absorbing Man to completely try to absorb his gamma radiation. Absorbing Man did. And when Absorbing Man tried to absorb his gamma radiation, not even just gamma, the power in general, all the trauma, the anger, all that was power in and of itself. When he tried to absorb it, he couldn't. He literally couldn't. This man has absorbed all the lightning This guy has absorbed lightning for city blocks. He's absorbed radiation. He's absorbed electricity. But when it came to this, he blew the fuck up. He blew up. That's a gamma burst in and of itself. Yes, Hulk didn't shoot a laser beam of gamma at him, but this was a gamma burst. The way it happened, the way the Absorbing Man just died, that was a gamma burst. And I get it. You could say, well, if the MCU Hulk had someone absorbing him too, they'd blow up too. Sure, we don't know that. Okay? This dude snaps the Infinity Stone and loses his fucking arm. A power to light up a continent. What's it made up of? Gamma radiation. You think this fucking Hulk is dying or getting his arm burnt off to gamma radiation? No, he's absorbing that shit easily and then going to use it on somebody and implode. That's what happens. Alright? I'm telling y'all, no other Hulk has done anywhere near close to this, alright? Nothing. I give you big props for showing this power. The third reason I said is the most important. And this is you could say all my other points are bullshit. Oh, size. Him making someone explode zappy. This is nothing compared to what the Hulk's done. Okay, look. This was too much for audiences to handle when they saw this movie in 2003. Ang Lee's Hulk is the manifestation of trauma. This movie was too real for audiences back then, I'm gonna be honest. Everything from the lack of action, because there's a lack of action. There's a lot of people call it boring. This movie's not boring at all to me, but people call this movie boring and uneven and all this stuff. But this movie was so real that people didn't know what the hell they were watching. That music, all that shit, everything about this, it almost like it wasn't a superhero movie at all. This was about trauma. Scenes of Hulk exploding to this scene with the son and the father, where Bruce Banner has just recovered memories of his mother being killed in front of him by this dude. This was trauma, alright? Now, if Hulk is unresolved trauma, alright, that's what Hulk is supposed to be, the manifestation of unresolved trauma. Remember, people who have unresolved trauma, they can be unstable, especially with their anger, alright? And at points, the anger starts compounding. The more trauma you have, the more random incidents of rage you have. And then when you have them, you start to get more and more angry as the trauma builds up in your head, right? Trauma leads to repressed anger that can explode and then keep compounding into a loop. Can you imagine how powerful this Hulk would be if that happens? Because guess what? The Hulk gets stronger the angrier he gets. Repressed trauma can lead to increased anger because it disrupts emotional regulation, okay? Mood swings, outbursts, overwhelmed. Every time you feel overwhelmed, then the Hulk can feel overwhelmed even when he's hulking out, yeah? He gets angrier and angrier and angrier. It's all internal and it manifests itself outwards. Compounding anger, okay? This Hulk does not have that. You could say this Hulk has trauma from the past. Of course he has. But nothing like what Eric Bana's Hulk went through. This Hulk, Professor Hulk, as he stands now, this is not a dude who's able to use his trauma and weaponize it or burst out with trauma in his angriest form. No, he's a Zen form, who's still strong. This is a pretty strong Hulk. I don't care what anyone says. This is a fucking strong Hulk. But he's Zen. I'm sorry. When it comes to the Hulk whose power is the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets, I'm taking the guy who literally has trauma built into him on a level that none of these Hulks have seen. Even when he finds peace in the Hulk 2003 movie, when he's sailing through the skies, jumping up, which is one of my favorite scenes in any live-action superhero movie, when he's jumping across the desert, even when he finds peace, he goes fucking nuts. At the end of the movie, after he releases his trauma and lets the Absorbing Man absorb his trauma literally and explode from it, you think he's found peace, right? He's been able to manage his trauma and confront it. But now at the end of 2003 Hulk is exactly where Avengers 1 Hulk was. He's at the same exact point, where he's recovered and he's managed to control it until he can't. I believe this Hulk is at the exact same place as this Hulk, right? And people call this one of the strongest Hulks. People say this, the Avengers Hulk, the one in the Avengers movie, the first two at least, is the strongest Hulk in live action. All I'm telling to you is, at the time that Hulk resolved his trauma and became more stable and had more control over his anger, he's at least as powerful as the first Avengers Hulk. But before that, the potential of his power due to the trauma was overwhelming to the point where one guy exploded trying to absorb it. I'm telling you, 2003's Hulk is stronger, alright? And people have called this the strongest, remember. Now, for those of you who still doubt me, who think I'm just rage baiting and talking shit and all this stuff, I witnessed this Incredible Hulk fight tanks the same way Ang Lee's Hulk fought tanks. This guy, I want you to take a look. This is not a tank that he's lifting. He was not fighting tanks in this. He's lifting a truck. Trucks are heavy, I get it. He's lifting a truck with a 50 cal on top of it. But he was doing this, trying to deadlift it and struggling. And then he was able to swing it and throw it into another car, yeah? I saw this dude chat his way through tanks. Literally take one, spin it, and throw it across the desert. Punched a tank. I saw him chat his way through all of them. While he's getting hit with helicopters, while he's getting hit from tanks from different directions. He's stronger than the Incredible Hulk, okay? Oh, MCU Hulk, oh, you punched Surtur once and made him go like, ugh. Ugh, that's their contribution, yeah? I saw you get ran over by a Jeep in She-Hulk. I don't care if that Jeep was meant to be durable against Hulks. I don't give a fuck. It's a Jeep. Ang Lee's Hulk would fuck these Hulks up. I'm sorry. It's just true. It's just true. He would. You cannot get run over by a Jeep or struggle to lift a truck that's shaped like a Jeep with a 50 cal on it and tell me you're beating this guy. I'm sorry. This guy's slapping you up. And you know what? Here's some rage bait for the Thanos stands out there who want to be bent over by this purple big guy and get fucked by him because all these guys talk like they do. This guy without a stones gets fucked up by Ang Lee's Hulk as well. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.